With anything, the more you practice, the more proficient you become, and the same can be said with home defense. Reno Guns and Range offers this day-long class to not only help with situational awareness, but also to retrain the brain to recognize a threat without going into shock. It's all about creating neurological neutral pathways. How it works in tonight's Health Watch.
Come back. Okay. Ready? Up.
It's what you expect to see and hear at Reno Guns and Range. But this part of the instruction,
I want to see your grip and your stance once you get the firearm. So go ahead, pick the firearm up. Perfect.
Is just the beginning.
Perfect. Come back.
Of a potentially life-saving on-site course.
Spend some time developing intuitive unsighted fire.
Down the hall from the range, you'll find what looks like a home, where training and compliance manager Jay Hawkins maps out scenarios with professional role players.
Set the scene. Where are we and what's the scenario?
Okay, so you're getting a taste of home defense tactics. And the scenario is your best friend who is remodeling their home has called and said, hey, I have a family emergency. I have to leave town for a couple days. Can you stay at my house?
And while you're there, you face a threat.
Come on, hurry up!
But before deciding what to do, we put on protective gear, discuss tools.
Because you will be utilizing a real firearm that's been modified to shoot 8mm marking cartridges.
As well as communication and advantage points in the house. The goal is to experience a stressful situation and respond appropriately to create neurological mental pathways.
We're actually mapping the brain. We're creating a neurological mental pathway to success should you be encountered in something similar in your life.
Jay starts the exercise.
Enroll, enroll.
Within minutes,
I got it open.
An armed man breaks in through the garage, giving me seconds to grab the weapon.
911 dispatch, what's your emergency?
Per Nevada statute, if someone unlawfully breaks in with intent to harm, a reasonable person in fear for their life can fire. Jay trains to shoot for a change in behavior, but he says home defense doesn't always mean using your gun.
Just because we have that tool does not mean that tool is the answer to all of our problems.
However, in this case, as we debrief, Jay says it was justified.
You then addressed him appropriately, firing rounds sufficient to stop the threat, at which point you stop shooting.
Jay's goal here and on the range is to arm people with education and lots of practice to keep everyone safe.
Which is why law enforcement and the highest level of military do this training, is so they don't make mistakes in the real world.
So the brain generally needs at least 1 to 2 sleep cycles to process what happens in a stressful event, which can obviously also affect your cardiac health. The home defense tactics classes are offered regularly, though, at Reno Guns and Range, so you can experience that for yourself. The next is this Sunday from 9 to 5. To learn more and to sign up, click on the Health Watch icon at ktvn.com.
Not gonna lie, you're a pretty good shot.
Thanks.
Really good shot. Let's see how